My name is Brandon, and I spend over 100 days a year at a theme park. While most people would probably call me a dork or a theme park expert, I just consider myself a father of two and a husband who is just passionate about theme parks. And one of my main goals in life is to help people like you get the most out of their theme park experience and, most importantly, enjoy their day at the park in the best way possible. So here are 10 simple and easy tricks that you can do so you get the most out of your theme park experience. Number 10, do not try to do too much. Now, theme parks are designed to make you forget about the stresses of life and anything else that's going on in your world as soon as you enter that front gate. You are in for an experience that will last you all day long. But it's important to know to not try to do too much. Do not go in expecting everything that you plan to work out just perfectly, because trust me, it's not going to. Rides break down, lines are longer than expected, a restaurant that you wanted to visit is closed, or you just have your random afternoon thunderstorm or rain. I always say, when a theme park throws you a curveball, just ride on. Number 9, learn about the rides. Every ride is different, and just like cars, there's quite a few different ride manufacturers that build the rides that we all love, and each of them offers their own set of ride requirements and restrictions. So I always recommend checking out the park's website for detailed information about each attraction, including the height requirements. If your kid loves roller coasters but is only 47 inches tall, and 9 out of the 10 coasters at the park that you're visiting feature a 48-inch height requirement, then it's going to be a waste of a day for you and your kid will be extremely disappointed. Another good tip is to learn about which rides are must rides for you and which ones are not. This strategy works great when you have a limited amount of time at the park. Number 8, park upgrades. Almost every theme park offers upgrades or add-ons that will enhance your day at the park. And while these would be an additional cost, a lot of them are worth the extra money. In my opinion, the 3 most important and beneficial ones would be preferred parking. I have always complained about paying for parking. Like, I get it, but I still get annoyed. But then, when my wife and I started having kids, and we had to worry about bringing a backpack, extra clothes, and a stroller for the kids, I've never loved paying a few extra dollars more for preferred parking. Not only will you park the closest in proximity to the park entrance, it makes leaving so much easier. One of the worst things is, at the end of the day, everyone in your party is tired and exhausted, and yet you still have to catch a tram or walk a mile back to your car. That is why, depending on where the preferred parking is located, we will almost always upgrade. Dining deals. While you're spending all day at the park, you are going to want to eat, especially after walking around everywhere and being tempted by all the delicious food smells. If you plan on being at the park for 2 meals, then 9 out of 10 times, their dining plan is worth it and it's going to save you money, especially because you're going to be spending at least $25 per meal per person. And lastly, the skip the line passes. No one enjoys waiting in a long, slow-moving line, especially in the hot summer. That is why theme parks offer the skip the line queues. While at first, the price of this will most likely shock you, but just know that your wait times will be heavily reduced and you'll be able to ride more, experience more, and enjoy more since you've already spent the money to travel to the theme park to begin with. TPR tip. Depending on the time of the year, you might not even need the skip the line passes because the regular queue lines would be less busy. Speaking of when to visit a theme park, if you are planning a trip to one of the Florida parks, then you have to find out when the best times are to visit the world's best theme parks. And you can find a link to this video in the description of this one. Number 7, pace yourself. When visiting a theme park, just know that you're in for a day full of fun, memories, and new experiences, which is all great and all, but also know that you will be tired once your day wraps up. So that is why I cannot recommend enough pacing yourself throughout the day. I recommend taking breaks whenever you can, and be sure to find a bench and sit down and relax for a few moments here and there. What I don't want is for you to go, and then halfway through your day, you're exhausted and it'll just dampen your whole entire experience. So please pace yourself. Now, this next tip is extremely important for your wallet and the safety of others around you. Number 6, secure your loose articles. When riding any ride, it's always a good thing to make sure every valuable item is secured in a pocket, fanny pack, or a bag. I highly recommend making sure that pocket is a zipper pocket. When you're on a roller coaster or a thrill ride, be sure to keep everything in your pockets. There is no need for you to pull out your cell phone to try to grab a selfie of you riding a 60-mile-an-hour roller coaster. After working at multiple theme parks for 8 different years, you would be shocked to see how many keys, wallets, and cell phones that get lost and end up on the ground below the ride. Number 5, be sure to drink and eat. This tip goes along with the whole pace yourself thing. You have no idea how many times people who are not eating right or drinking enough water pass out while they're at the park. Not only is this extremely dangerous, but it's also going to ruin the rest of your day at the park. So be sure to always eat and drink while you're there. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Number 4, wear comfortable clothing. The average person spends over 8 hours at a theme park. That's a long time, so I cannot recommend enough wearing comfortable shoes and light clothing that will be the most comfortable for you during your day at the park. When I visit a theme park, you'll see me wearing some of my Keep Riding Coaster merch. So if you're in need of some new comfortable and affordable coaster riding gear, then be sure to check out keepridingcoasters.com. Number 3, purchase your tickets in advance. Do not, and I repeat, do not purchase your tickets at the park. And I recommend trying to avoid at all costs having to go to the long guest service line. That is why I always recommend purchasing your tickets in advance. Not only will this save you a ton of time, but in most cases, it'll also save you a lot of money. Please promise me that you will not purchase your tickets at the park. Seriously, it's vital that you do not do it. It is also always a good idea to be on lookout for discounted tickets. And if someone in your party has an annual pass to the park, then they'll most likely be able to get you a discounted rate on tickets. Number 2, research, research, research. Theme parks are amazing places filled with rides, attractions, roller coasters, restaurants, shows, and so much more. It is always best to do some research before you visit. This way, you'll be familiar with the park and what it offers. But most importantly, you will familiarize yourself with the layout of the park and have an idea of where everything is. This way, you do not start your day at one side of the park and then have to bounce around all over the park back and forth. Having a well thought out strategy will really help you get the most out of your day and a more enjoyable experience. If available, I also recommend downloading the park's app. This will come in handy when it comes to finding out height requirements, the park map, show times, and so much more right on your phone. It is also very important for you to become the newest theme park recommendation subscriber so you do not miss out on an insider guide to your favorite theme park. And now it's time for my number 1 theme park tip. Be sure to arrive early. Seriously, if the park does not offer early entry, I recommend to always be at the parking tolls no later than 45 minutes before opening. This will allow you time to park your car and get packed up for your day. I also recommend always knowing where you park. That way, at the end of the day, you're going to eliminate the possibility of not being able to find your car. And remember, before you can even enjoy any rides or attractions that the park offers, you'll have to go through 3 different lines. Line 1 is the parking toll line. Line 2 is the security screening line. And line 3 is the scanning your ticket and getting into the park. Allowing yourself enough time to get through all 3 of these lines and still be one of the first people in the park is so valuable. Then, once the park opens, I recommend heading to the most popular ride first, since you'll already be ahead of the crowd. Now, if the park already offers early entry, then it's still a good idea to get to the park early, and I recommend 30 minutes early in this case. If you are planning a trip to Universal Orlando, then you'll want to check out this hotel guide where you will learn everything you need to know about the Universal hotels and how to save money for your trip. So which tip of mine do you think will be the most beneficial during your day? Also, what are some of your theme park tips? Let me know in the comments. As always, thank you so much for watching. Remember to smile today, think positive, and keep riding coasters.